Something stuck with me all these years. There was a woman on top of a car floating down, and the men in the camp, my dad and a couple others, they took swing chains off a swing and took and put them together and pulled her in, threw it out to her and pulled her in from the side. And that stuck with me all these years, her going down and screaming at her. Because once you got out where you could see everything, you could see houses and cars and everything. We're going down Buffalo Creek and knew how big it was.
There's a lot of scars, and a lot of people still have a lot of issues with it. Mom told me and Dad told me that they had a neighbor, and she would babysit me and my sister from time to time, and my dad found her, and they just got her a necklace for Christmas, and it was on her, and she was pregnant, and she lost also a twin son. And the family's good friends. So.
I don't remember how long we had climbed. I don't remember how far we'd climbed. But I remember hearing this big roar of water. And we all turned around, and as we turned around, this huge wall of water hit. Our house was the first in that roll, and so our house was the first hit. And it hit our house and lifted it off the foundation, and it just swirled and just tore apart, and it was swallowed by the water and just joined the rest of the debris. And one by one, it hit every house in that roll and took them all out the same way. And I don't remember this story, but while talking to family members, trying to gather information about what happened that day, the two older girls, my cousins that had spent the night, they were 9 and 6, Trina and Abby Western, they remembered that when I saw that I lost it and started screaming and crying, and they said I just kept hitting my head against a tree trunk until my dad grabbed me and settled me down. And I remember all the kids crying. They were cold and they were wet, and just what we just saw. I don't remember climbing the rest of the climb. I don't remember coming down on the other side of Cartwright Branch, but my dad told me that the creek that ran along Cartwright Branch had also, the water had also made it impossible for us to cross, and that the men had built some sort of makeshift bridge for us to cross. And I don't remember crossing the bridge. I don't remember getting warm, dry. I don't remember where we stayed, how long we stayed. I don't remember getting out of Buffalo Creek, how we got out.
Back then, a lot of people kept horses and cows and hogs and a lot of dead animals. The smell was really horrendous, with the death and everything. And what we found right at the end of our camp, where we had been walking over the debris, they found several bodies there, which we found out later on. And that was pretty disturbing, as a kid, knowing you've been walking over top people was dead and everything.
I've never seen so much devastation where a railroad track looked like it was a pretzel. That's how the force just twisted it, a whole railroad. I mean, it was just roads that was there, it's no longer there, it's a river running down through it. That's kind of about, I don't know that anybody could actually paint you a perfect picture for what you saw. I don't think you can.
I remember coming back after the flood, and and I don't know why I remember this, but on the kitchen table was sitting a box of Chef Boyardee pizza mix. Then I don't know why that sticks with me, but I remember seeing that the house is flooded, it's full of mud, and there's that box sitting on the table because it's Saturday. Again, Saturday night we're gonna have pizza.
There was just piles of people's lives, their houses, their clothing, their toys, their possessions, all just in piles of debris. And the thing that stuck out most for me was the enormous emptiness of sound. It was just quiet. Just hours before that, there was all the noise of all the destruction, houses and mobile homes and cars and bridges and trees just being banged and clashed together, and now there's just quiet. Like when you put a seashell to your ear, that quietness, it was deafening, the sounds of nothing.